welcome to another episode of the Anime Lounge Short Flights. Today we will be covering episode 7 of Spy Classroom. Bryce, do we have a quick synopsis?
Yeah, for sure. So this episode kind of starts off with our introduction with Sarah. It gives us a little bit of backstory of how she became a spy. Uh, really, she talks about how it was a very simple thing for her to become one because her family's restaurant was destroyed in some event, and that's what led her to being that. And kind of goes over how she's a failure. I know there was one scene where she's sitting there trying to, it looks like unfield or fix a field strip of a weapon, and the gun just falls apart.
Yeah.
Then after that, they kind of go into the scenes of where they're talking to Kraus and trying to figure out how they're gonna, or not Kraus, the girls are all talking about how they're gonna take down Kraus again. And they kind of start discussing, well, we can't keep doing things because the structure of the mansion's starting to fall apart. And at that point, what was it? The eighth member, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she
Erna?
has, yeah, Erna has the doors fall on top of her. She thought she saw a ghost in the middle of the night, and comes to find out later on, I believe that it was Kraus. But Sarah had been going around behind everybody after they went to bed and was fixing up the mansion as things happened, trying to keep it together. And then after that, Kraus kind of meets her in the kitchen. She catches him doing dishes and is kind of appalled by it or shocked by it, and kind of goes through this talk with him, and he kind of calls her out on fixing the mansion up and everything, and it's like, hey, go to bed. And when she wakes up the next day, they're trying to wake up Lily, and she's like, we got to make breakfast, get out there. And Kraus has already made breakfast, and then just to kind of throw it in their face, he's like, then I got this really nice steak. And
Yeah, that was a
when
funny scene.
I like that one. And then he's like, oh, you guys don't get any of it. And they all start freaking out. And he's like, all right, we're gonna do that competition. We're gonna have a cleaning competition. There's 5 things that you guys have to try and beat me at. And if you, I think it was one of them that you can beat me at,
Yeah,
I will
just
share
one.
the steak with you. And they go through every single one of those things, and they are not able to keep up with Kraus, and he takes it all. But on the very last one, they're cleaning just the upstairs windows from the outside, and you kind of see them starting to work a little more as a team. And then you see them all dash towards the mansion, and then you see Sarah turn around, go into the kitchen, grab some stuff, come back out, and then next thing you know, she has her animals helping bring buckets of water up to help out. Unfortunately, they still lost. But at the end of it, Kraus was like congratulating her and being like, hey, this is what I was wanting to come out of this, is your confidence. So, I mean, after all that, it turned out pretty well, I think.
Yeah, all in all, it still worked out. Uh, the purpose of these episodes, post episode 3, is to learn about each individual girl. And this Sarah girl, she's always kind of been in the background, sitting there quietly in her hat.
Hmm.
We kind of knew that she had her animals, like they sprinkled that in here and there, but like she was just that quiet girl. And now we get to find out that she's useful. She can
Oh, yeah.
kind of tame some animals and use them to her advantage. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was. She definitely kind of surprised me with what she was able to do. And I'm kind of curious if like the last episode or something kind of brings up their last training, them all together and actually beating him and seeing how her dynamic with those animals are really going to help the team. I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of a good question to bring into the focus. Is this final episode going to be like them finally capturing Kraus or something? Because I mean, unless they bring on a second mission, I kind of think that that's kind of how it's going to lean.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's how this one's going to end. I think we had a lot of build up in the first couple episodes, and then now is playing catch up to see how everything's going. And I think although there's some parts of it that make me go, I wish there was more, I find myself still really enjoying it and kind of liking the content that's coming from it, and just kind of seeing that characters building up and everything. And they're doing it, I think, quite tastefully.
Yeah, especially going through so many characters and taking the time to focus on them one by one. Because in the beginning, it was kind of just an overload of characters, and like there's all
Yeah.
these girls, and then there's all these names. It's like there's no way I'm going to be able to keep up with this. And after watching a couple episodes, you're like, okay, I'm kind of glad they're doing this because otherwise I'd still be in the dust.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, I feel like when we did our reaction, what was it, episode 3 that they had the mission?
Yep.
When we did our reaction to that, we were all like, how did we get there? Like,
Yeah.
this is great, but like, how did we get there? It seems like we had I think I even mentioned an SAO time jump on it,
Yep.
but now it's
Definitely
kind of
was.
like we're going back in time. And I don't know, I'm really enjoying it. I just wish they would have reordered it differently.
Right. All in all, it's good.
Yeah, for sure.
One last thing I want to bring up about this episode is the very end where Johnny, the dog, ends up biting Kraus, and Kraus is sitting there denying pain and saying that he's doing it out of like affection and stuff like that, but he's clearly,
Yeah.
in pain.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was thinking, is this going to be kind of considered a loss, like because he kind of fails here, like
Yeah.
he's taking a loss for himself, and oh, and then I thought it was kind of funny that he said, "Perish the thought." It was in quotations I put as just something about like him not being able to hide his pain perfectly or something. Oh, because he put a
Yeah.
pause between his sentences.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. He was pausing in between talking. Yeah. It was pretty good. I found it pretty funny.
Yeah, yeah, they do a good job on sprinkling little bits of humor in here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I mean, kind of segue from that, I think we kind of covered everything that's to this episode. Don't forget to go like and follow the anime show. Go and engage with us. If you're watching this video, send us stars, whatever it is on YouTube. Watch us. It's a great way for us to get engagement and talk with you guys, find out more ideas of what you guys want to see, what we should be doing. On top of it, all this engagement really does help us in the long run because it helps provide us with funds, being able to keep providing you guys the content that you're seeing every week that we're doing. And then on top of it, if you want, Bright Stuff Anime, we do have an affiliate link with them, and their site is now back up, even though it was down for, I think, 2 days total. So go check them out. I think I'm actually buying a figure today.
There you go. You can never have too many.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, that will conclude today's episode, and we'll catch you guys next week.